Our last speaker for this morning's session is Professor Ali Shakouri. He's representing the Smart Industry Consortium and also working for Purdue University. So he will be presenting his work on smart devices for digital agriculture, food, healthcare, and infrastructure.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Our interest in the Smart Industry Consortium is to enable widespread IoT adoption, applications that require wearables, disposable, biodegradable, and cover large areas. There are two components. First is the scalable and low-cost manufacturing. We want to develop what you heard earlier, some of the building blocks for a foundry for non-silicon. But at the end, people want data to be able to analyze, and you cannot just make simple devices and students take a voltmeter just to measure them. You have to take data integrated with silicon, send data to the cloud. And early on, we focused since 2016, the only way to do this with the impact is to work with industry. So we have industry partners in ag, food, healthcare, and pharmaceutical. And from both technology push and application pool, because I think that's what we need to create a new product line. We are working, for example, with Mosaic and Bayer Crop Sciences, two of the ag companies. Sartorius and Lilly are two of the pharma companies. United Technologies Diverse in the food supply chain, and others. Applied Materials have been working a lot, of course, on technology, Identify, Sensor, and Landwehr on the area of healthcare. You have seen different versions of the Valley of Death between what happens on the basic research. Early on, as a young assistant professor, I learned when industry says academic research, they mean not useful research. The question is what we do on the basic research to have higher impact. We want more translation of that to what is product. But the problem is product has always IP, and there is a big gap between what you can publish and what is can be done at a product. And our idea was to do a pre-competitive research, meaning that bring a set of companies together to test new ideas, to develop platform technologies. But of course, the real transition need to happen with IP-protected research, and you can see quite a few of our companies that we work with, we do have IP-protected research with them. Everything I talk is on the right side of this figure. About what I can share is on the pre-competitive part of the research. We have a group of faculty that go all the way from manufacturing, materials, printing, and quality control to various device application, as well as networking and data analytics. Two of my colleagues are here at the meeting, Alex Cortos and Babak Ziai. So you can meet them at our booth later on. As a university, we realize what brings faculty together are tools that allow them to make things at the scale that can be prototyped. So we invested about $8 million in a roll-to-roll fab that include a roll-to-roll inkjet and dual laser processing, roll-to-roll screen printing, dedicated and custom-made functional film with extrusion. One of the things we learned is that when you develop manufacturing now in the 21st century, data plays a big role. So we invested a lot in line characterization. I give you examples that things were not manufacturable just 20 years ago, how you can make them manufacturable when you have more data. Now I want to give you examples of some of the materials and devices that we work on. This is the work by Mikko Chakmak's group. He develops piezoelectric particles that are vertically aligned in the directional perpendicular to the film using electrical magnetic field. Using this, you get semi-transparent film over large areas which are very low cost. You can make them very sensitive touch sensors that can measure a bird feather at a weight of 1.4 milligram. This drop of this, you can see it, as well as a flexible vibration sensor that has, in this case, is a kilohertz, but we can go to 20 kilohertz with a very good frequency spectrum. Sometimes it's good to work with laws of physics that are reversible. A device that under touch generates electricity, with electricity